If you had the chance, would you use the Marvel Infinity Stone to help you reduce your experience of pain? Do you think that your pain or your stress or your anxiety can sometimes only get worse and that there's nothing you can do about it? Well, in this video, I'm going to be starting a multi-video series about the Marvel Infinity Stones and how you can unlock these powers within you. To begin, I'm going to teach you how to use the Mind Stone in order to challenge any negative beliefs with a single question. Hi, I'm Daniel Degenart, and I'm from the Rethink Pain Workshop. I'm a hypnophysio that geeks out on pop culture references and how I can use those to help me heal and help you as well. Now let's get into this episode of Pop Culture Healing, the Mind Stone edition. Marvel has its own cinematic universe wiki, and it describes the Mind Stone as a remnant of one of the 6 Infinity Stones, or singularities, which existed in the universe at the Big Bang. And with these singularities, these crystals, dubbed the Infinity Stones, they were hurled across the universe, and the Mind Stone has the ability to govern over the fabric of our mind. Now, the powers of this stone, it's said that it has ability to grant knowledge and increase the intelligence of whoever uses it. It helped to, in the movies, open the eyes of Clint Barton and Eric Selvig, showing them visions and granting them special knowledge that they could use. And the Infinity Stone that represents and governs this idea of fabric of our own minds, it grants whoever is holding it complete control over the hearts and minds of others. So that was how Loki used it against Clint and Eric, but you can also use it within as well. Now the mechanism, there's a quote from Vision to Wanda in the Wanda series. I can't remember, WandaVision, that's the one. I know it's not of this world, that it's powered Loki's staff, gave you your abilities, but its true nature is a mystery. So even Vision himself has no idea of the true power and mechanism of this Infinity Stone. And I think this is a good link to the complexity of our own mind. There's a neurologist who is also a part-time astronomer who said that we understand more about the universe than we do our own minds, our own brains. And I thought that's fascinating because the universe is vast and we still know very little about it. What real life techniques can be like the use of this Mind Stone? Well, this one single question that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to, before telling you that one question, tell you about my experience and how it worked. So I was working towards, in my martial art called Haedong Gumdo, it's a Korean sword martial art, I was working towards my black belt. And part of black belt is going through the ordeal. It's standing in a dungeon ho position, so your horse riding stance, with your arms overhead like this. And you have to stay there for 1 hour. And then you have to do 1,000 cuts with a sword. I thought I had more of a reason not to be able to do that than most because of my hand. The thought of holding my hand above my head for an hour immediately gave me a high amount of stress and anxiety. I was told in December 2018, I believe, by my master, that it was something I was going to be doing in 3 months. And I knew it was going to happen, but to finally hear that it was coming, it scared the crap out of me. I started to train in the best way that I could, using the Shakti mat to help for meditation, self-hypnosis. I just developed this process that every night I did about 10 to 20 minutes of just visualizations and attempts to be in that space, to create the ability to do this physically. And nothing really changed. And about a month into it, I was talking with Lori Hammond. So she was doing a group hypnosis part that she invited me. Sorry, let me start that again. She was doing some group hypnosis, invited me to be a part of it, and asked if anybody had any challenges. And I said, yeah, I don't think I can do this. And I told her about the first memory I had once I was told I need to hold my hands up here for an hour. And it was when I was in an MRI just 4 years prior, where I had my arm flat against the bed, my arm supported, lying flat, and that caused so much pain in my hands because of the neural tension in my body that I had to stop it at about 15-20 minutes before it was even complete, because it was the worst pain that I had ever experienced. I was in tears. I thought, just 4 years ago, I couldn't have my arm supported over my head for 20 minutes. How am I going to actively hold it for an hour? Well, she gave me some homework. She said, I want you to think of what would complete healing look like. She asked me, what would complete healing look like? And I thought, I'd never thought of that. I have a deformity in my hand. I'm never going to completely heal it. But I still wanted to know what would complete her healing look like. So I started asking myself empowering questions of how can I achieve complete healing today? And after a few weeks of just asking that question myself, I didn't get necessarily an answer. It just kind of came to me. I remember I was in the other room. It's like, oh, if I reverse the effects of mueller-heostosis, that would be complete healing for me. It would show that even if I didn't change the deformity, that if the bone in my hands, that with mueller-heostosis, it caused this waxy growth through the bone, if I was able to reverse some of that, then that would be probably complete healing for me. So I started bringing that into my day, and all of a sudden, one day it was just, boom, I can do this. I thought I'm just 51% confident. It was 6 weeks away from the ordeal. I thought, I can do this. And I ended up going into the experience feeling positive, powerful. I wanted to go in and feel no pain because I'm the guy who understands pain. I wanted to have a great experience from it. And I did. I was smiling, laughing throughout, and I was on a natural high for days on end afterwards. And it's to this date, it's an experience that I can look back on and think, if I could do that, have my hands overhead for an hour, I can achieve anything I want. And the change came from that one single question: what would complete healing look like? So for today, I want you to use this question. Just ask yourself, what would complete healing look like? Create that image in your mind and make it bigger, make it brighter. Ask yourself how you can achieve that complete healing. Because that sometimes we often don't look that far ahead. And even though I know the chances of reversing the effects of mueller-heostosis is probably 0.0001%, it doesn't matter, because if the mind is focused on that complete healing and what that can look like and how it would feel, what you'd be able to do, then the body can make changes to promote that healing state. So for today, that's all I want you to do. Just ask yourself, what complete healing would complete healing look like? And if you can already have an idea of that answer, great. And if you don't, that's fine. Write it on Post-it notes, watch this video again, or just simply bring it up in a conversation with friends and family. Ask them what their complete healing would look like. We're all individuals and we're all different, and our answers are going to be all different as well. So now, if you have a favorite TV show, comic book, or anything that has a healing ability that you'd like to experience, comment below and I'll see if I can do a video about it in the future. Or just let me know what your answer to what would complete healing look like and how that affected you. And of course, like and subscribe for more pop culture healing episodes each week. Next week is the Time Infinity Stone, bringing in Doctor Strange and a bit of the What If series as well. And if you want to watch my most powerful pop culture healing episode, Star Wars Force Healing, it's up on the corner, because the more we all heal, the more we all heal.